in the world. Thank you for joining me for another edition of the Truth Conductor Show. This is Saturday in Proverbs. Um, if you don't know, this is my day of rest. I don't work. I don't do tours on Saturday. I follow my calendar from Sunday to Saturday, not from Monday to Sunday. And I'm not a Seventh-day Adventist or Jehovah's Witness. I just believe in following my calendar. And I like Proverbs because Proverbs is the one book in the Bible that has a chapter for every day of the month. Proverbs, okay? And with Proverbs, you don't have to think back 2,000 years as to what the mindset was. This shows you how to deal with people on a day-to-day basis. Proverbs was written by King Solomon. King Solomon was the wisest man ever. No man will be as wise as King Solomon. And I think you can learn something from the wisest man ever. So this is why I like Proverbs, because it shows you how to deal with people on a day-to-day basis. Okay? And like I said, there's a chapter for every day of the month. And when there are not 31 days in the month, just keep reading so that the next day you'll be caught up. That's how you do that. All right? Let's pray, get into the word. Father, thank you for another day around your word. Speak through my mind, speak through my heart, and speak through my lips, Lord, so that I may precisely articulate your word to pierce the hearing and the vision of your children so that we can gain the knowledge and revelation to live the righteous lifestyle that you have ordained for us to live. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. So today is the 20th, 420, smoke out day. This is the day everybody gonna be down at the White House smoking some reefer. Glad I ain't there, because I don't want to see that foolishness. Anyway, verse 20. Chapter 20, verse 1. Wine is a marker. Strong drink is a brawler. And whoever is led astray by it is not wise. That's a drunk. Listen, wine is a marker. Strong drink is a brawler. Whoever is led astray by it is not wise. So anytime you get around some people that always want to offer you a drink, that ain't a wise person. That ain't the person you need to be around. That's not who you need to be associated with as a friend. If they always got to offer you a drink, if they always got to have a drink. Verse 2, the wrath of a king is like the roaring of a lion. Whoever provokes him to anger sins against his own life. Verse 3, it is honorable for a man to stop striving, since any fool can start a quarrel. Let me read that again. It's honorable for a man to stop striving. You know how I like to do. I like to give y'all definitions. I don't want to assume that you know what these definitions are. So let me give it to you. Striving. To exert oneself vigorously, try hard. To make great efforts to achieve or attain something. No, that's not the definition I'm looking for. That's not the definition I'm looking for. Um, this has more to be, this striving here has more to do with confusion and drama and quarreling. This is the striving here, that this is, see, it says it's honorable for a man to stop striving, since any fool can start a quarrel. See, so get out of the drama, man. Leave all of the 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 gossip, and leave that stuff alone. Leave it alone. Get away from that, because it's only going to end up hurting you. Verse 4, the lazy man will not plow because of winter. He will beg during harvest and have nothing. The lazy man will not plow because of winter. He will beg during harvest and have nothing. Why? Because he ain't prepared. He's not trying to store up anything good because he's lazy. This is the person that's going to want something for nothing, that's always looking for a handout. That's a lazy person that's always looking for somebody to do something for them instead of doing it for themselves. Verse 5, counsel in the heart of man is like deep water, but a man of understanding will draw it out. Verse 6, most men will proclaim each his own goodness, but who can find a faithful man? See, you got a lot of men out here talking about being faithful, but behind closed doors, they're not. See, it says most men will proclaim each his own goodness. Bragging on yourself is what this is talking about. But who can find a faithful man? See, that faithful man is not the one that you see in public. That faithful man is the man that is disciplined behind closed doors when ain't nobody looking. Let me say that again. That faithful man ain't the one that you're going to see in public that's talking about righteousness and Jesus. But that faithful man is the one that's got discipline behind closed doors when ain't nobody looking. That's where you'll find the faithful man. All right? The one that's got the discipline when ain't nobody looking. All right? That's the faithful man. The righteous man walks in his integrity. His children are blessed after him. Listen, the righteous man walks in his integrity. His children are blessed after him. And see, and that's matter of fact, let me I don't want to take it for granted. Like I told you, I like to give definitions, so let's look up integrity. And see, a lot of times, man, when people are talking to you, integrity, the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles, moral uprightness. You ain't gonna hurt nobody, man. You ain't gonna take advantage of nobody when you walking in your integrity. You ain't gonna use nobody. You ain't gonna lie to nobody. And it says, the righteous man walks in his integrity. Matter of fact, let's look up that word righteous. Righteous. Of a person of conduct, morally right, or justifiable, virtuous. See, you ain't when you live a righteous lifestyle, you ain't gonna take advantage of nobody. You ain't gonna. Matter of fact, you'll probably be the one that's being taken advantage of. That people will take for granted. You know, I had this guy that, and I've shown him on social media. Elgar. Every time I see him, I would give him some money. I mean, he, come up see me, man, and come up to get some money. And the other day, I'm sitting at the White House. I'm sitting down in my chair. And don't you know, man, this dude walked right up to my bucket, walked past me, right up to my bucket, trying to open up my bucket to get some money. And I said, man, what the hell are you doing? You don't take me for granted like that because you done seen me go in my bucket and give you some. Now you gonna walk past me? Don't even say nothing to me. I said, dude, you just burnt your bridge. You just burnt your bridge. Okay? Don't come back to me for nothing. If you're gonna show me that level of disrespect, just keep passing right on by me from now on. And the other day, and the very next day, comes back, buddy, you done burnt that bridge down. No, sir, don't come back here. No, because you ain't got no respect. See, normally when you're the one that's trying to help, you'll be the one that's taken advantage of, taken for granted, when you live a righteous lifestyle. Verse 8, a king who sits on the throne of judgment scatters all evil with his eyes. Listen, a king who sits on the throne of judgment scatters all evil with his eyes. I remember my grandmama raised me. Boy, we go to church, and you cutting up in church, my grandmama didn't have to say, all she had to do was look at you. And you got the message. That's all my grandmama had to do was look at you. And you know whatever you was doing, she wasn't pleased. And you got the message. It say a king who sits on the throne of judgment scatters all evil with his eyes. Verse 9. Who can say, I have made my heart clean? I am pure from sin. Who can say, I have made my heart clean? I am pure from my sin. Because you always, I don't care who you are, you're gonna have some moments, man, where you're going to sin. And even if it's just in thoughts. Okay? Verse 10. Diverse weight and diverse measures, they are both alike, an abomination to the Lord. Let's look at that word, diverse. Let's see how they're applying this definition. Diverse weights, that's a cheater, by the way. Diverse. showing a great deal of variety, diverse weights and diverse measures. They ain't got no conformity. It's whatever they want it to be. And we know abomination is something that is hated. So diverse weight and diverse measures, they're both alike, an abomination to the Lord. Verse 11, even a child is known by his deeds, whether what he does is pure and right. And you see that when you go in the grocery store and you get some of these little rambunctious children that don't want to listen to it. They telling their parents what they want to do. Say, even a child is known by his deeds. And that's the one they building the penitentiaries for. The one whose parents can't control them. Who's telling their parents what to do. I'm sure y'all done been in the store. I wish my kids would get me in the store and embarrass me. I dare you to get in a store and embarrass me. I dare you. And some of these kids, man, I mean, they just flat out uncontrollable. Crying, falling all out in the floor, acting in public. And imagine how they be acting at home. Verse 12, the hearing ear and the seeing eye, the Lord has made them both. The hearing ear and the seeing eye, the Lord has made them both. Verse 13, do not love sleep, lest you come to poverty. Open your eyes, and you will be satisfied with bread. See, this is another lazy person. Do not love sleep, lest you come to poverty. That's the person that's sitting down waiting for somebody to do something for them. They ain't got no initiative. They don't have no get up and go. Everybody got to do something for them, and those are the ones usually that they want people to feel sorry for them because of their condition that they're in. But yet, they don't do anything to get out of that condition. Oh, I'm going to show you this person. It is good for nothing, cries the buyer, but when he goes his way, then he boasts. See, that's the person that trying to buy something for you, and oh man, this ain't worth nothing. Always gonna be trying to put down to devalue what they want. And then once they get possession, man, look at the deal I found. Look at the deal I found. And let me tell you about pricing. I learned this in vending. Don't never price your stuff at what you want. Let me say that again. Don't never price your stuff at what you want. Because everybody want a deal. Always price your stuff higher so when a person come and they start talking you down, they're going to talk you down to what you originally wanted anyway. And they'll walk away thinking they got a deal. And you got what you want. And you got what you want anyway. That was the trick to that game. Anytime you're going to sell something, man, put a cushion in there. So that person that's going to come and try to talk you down, they're going to talk you down what you originally wanted anyway. They don't know what you wanted. And that's how I used to do people. I always price my stuff higher, so when you start talking me down, well, look, man, okay, look, give me this and go on about your business. That's what I wanted anyway. And if they gave me my price, well, man, I got extra. That's this person is good for nothing, cries the buyer. Always gonna try to devalue what they want. And then when he's gone his way, he boasts about what a great deal he got. All right? So to counter that person, always price your stuff higher. Verse 16. Take the garment of one who is surety for a stranger, and hold it as a pledge when it is for a seductress. This means don't co-sign for nobody. Right here, this is telling you do not co-sign. Verse 17. Bread gained by deceit is sweet to a man, but afterwards his mouth will be filled with gravel. See, that's this joker that is lying and cheating to get what he wants, and then it come back to bite him. See? Verse 18. Plans are established by counsel. By wise counsel wage war. And see, when you have wise counsel, you're listening to more than one person. You ain't making all the decisions on your own. Based on your information, you're going and getting the opinions of others. Plans are established by counsel. By wise counsel, wage war. And that's somebody that knows what they're talking about. Okay? When it's wise counsel. Verse 19. He who goes about as a talebearer reveals secret. Therefore, do not associate with one who flatters with his lips. He who goes about as a talebearer reveals secret. That's a gossiping person. That's the person always coming to you with some gossip about somebody else. And see, and what they will do is, therefore, do not associate with one who flatters with his lips. Always buttering you up. Always building you up. You can't do no wrong to this. The person who flatters with his lips, you can't do no wrong. In their eyes, you can't do it. Everything they say, always got something good to say about you. Always buttering you up. The Bible say, therefore, do not associate with one who flatters with his lips. Because he's the one or she's the one that's going to get behind your back and talk about you like a dog. This very person right here. Verse 20. Whoever curses his father or his mother, his lamp will be put out in deep darkness. That's them kids that you can't tell nothing. And they end up missing. Or somebody kill them. Because they won't, you can't, they're undisciplined. See? Verse 21. An inheritance gained hastily at the beginning will not be blessed at the end. Easy money. An inheritance gained hastily at the beginning will not be blessed. Easy money. Do not say, I will recompense evil. Wait for the Lord, and he will save you. Don't say you're going to get even. Don't say that you're going to fix them. Let God handle it. And that's what most of us don't have the patience for, to let go. David, what's going on, brother? Thank you for joining me. Okay. Diverse weights are an abomination to the Lord, and dishonest scales are not good. Remember, back up here, we said, where was that? Diverse weights and diverse measures they're both alike an abomination to the Lord. So down here, it says diverse weights are an abomination to the Lord, and dishonest scales are not good. That's a cheater. You talking about a person right now that will cheat. When you got a dishonest scale, you charging somebody more than they really should be paying. That's a dishonest scale. You see, verse 24, a man's steps are of the Lord. How then can a man understand his own way? A man's steps are of the Lord. How then can a man understand his own way? Stop complaining about what you're going through. Because it ain't the devil. That's just a process that you got to go through on the path that you on. If you was on a different path, you would be experiencing something else different. Okay? And God got you going down that path because on that path is where you're going to meet the people that you need to meet. And I always tell y'all, adversity guards the door to success. If success was so easy, how come everybody ain't successful? How come people got to get out here and sell their souls for this thing called success? Verse 25, it is a snare for a man to devote rashly something as holy, and afterwards to reconsider his vows. See, it's a snare for a man to devote rashly something as holy, and afterwards to reconsider his vows. That's just like saying, oh man, that's a good man right there. I'll vouch for him. I'll vouch for that. That's good. And then afterwards, say, oh, wait a minute. No. That's not what I thought it was. That's a good example of that. See, you talking about, man, that's a good person. Don't even know him. But you vouching for him. You vouching for their integrity, for their righteousness. And then afterwards make an excuse. All right? No, you can't do that. Verse 26. A wise king sifts out wicked and bring the threshing wheel over them. A wise king sifts out the wicked and bring the threshing wheel over them. That's separating the good from the evil. That's basically what this is saying. A wise king will separate the good from the evil. And right now, we got a lot of evil people that's operating under the umbrella of good. And that's why we got a lot of the confusion that we got in the world. Verse 27, the spirit of a man is the lamp of the Lord, searching all the inner depths of his heart. That's his conscience. Your spirit is your conscience. The spirit of a man is the lamp of the Lord. That's your conscience. Searching all the inner depths of the heart. And see, you can hide from a lot of things, but you can't hide from your conscience. And a lot of people try to hide from their conscience, and they can't. And I don't care who you are, you got a conscience, buddy. I don't care how bad you are, you got a conscience. Some of these people out here doing all these horrendous acts, they still got a conscience. And see, when that jail cell closed on them and they sitting in there and they come to themselves, your conscience. Mercy and truth preserves the king, and by loving kindness he upholds his throne. Verse 29. The glory of young men is their strength, and the splendor of old men is their gray head. Listen to this. The glory of young men is their strength, and the splendor of old men is their gray head. Man, let's look up that word splendor. Splendor. Magnificent and splendid appearance, grandeur. I mean, they got some class. The glory of young men is their strength, and the splendor of old men is their gray head. I mean, man, you see an old man that looks elegant. I mean, that gray hair just fits them. It just brings something else out. Verse 30. Blows that hurts cleanses away evil, as do stripes the inner depths of the heart. Blows that hurt cleanse away evil, as do stripes the inner depths of the heart. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of chapter 20, Saturday in Proverbs. Everything in here you might not agree with, but there is some things in here that's gonna fit you perfectly. And rather than focusing on what don't fit, you should focus your energy on what do fit, what applies to you. That's what you have to do. And that's what most folk want to argue about, some stuff that don't matter. But the stuff that do matter, they overlook that. And when it comes to this thing right here, this Bible, man, you got to take what applies to you, what you can use, what you can relate to. And if you can't relate to it, leave it alone. Ain't no sense in arguing over it. Ain't no sense in debating it, because it don't apply to you. And so many people get into useless conversations about things that don't even apply to them. But yet, they want to keep dragging out the issue. Leave it alone, man. And go and start building on what do apply to you. And that'll make you a better person. Okay? All right.